Well, back here with Rimworld, my anarcho-capitalist game, starting Javier Milei, and later joined Jair, Messias, Bolsonaro, the tropical Trump, the Brazilian Donnie Trump, Donnie D. Yes, Javier Milei got here by himself first. He got here naked, and he's still naked. I couldn't find Milei any clothes so far. No guns, no weapons, no food, no money, no nothing. He had to build this colony by himself. Now he has the help of the Brazilian myth. The Brazilians call Bolsonaro a myth because he's unbelievable, I guess. And in any case, Javier Milei is a anarcho-capitalist congressman here in Argentina. He has a good shot of becoming the next president of Argentina. His polls numbers are growing. He's getting really popular. I think he has a shot. He's going to face some nasty opposition. I just know that. But in any case, people are starting to listen to the ideas of libertarianism here in Argentina, and the debate is getting really interesting. He is really smart, he's intelligent, he's funny. You can find tons of content with Javier Milei in the internet, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Anywhere you look, you're going to find Javier Eduardo Milei. He is actually a libertarian. He's a narco-capitalist. He gives away his salary. He says it doesn't belong to him because it was stolen from the people through taxes. So he's just giving the money back to where it belongs. That's, consistent with the anarcho-capitalism idea that taxes are theft. Javier Milei, I've been following the guy for almost 4 years now. He's not new at all, and he had tons of interesting debates at a show called Los Intratables, yes. And I remember having a lot of fun with those debates. You can actually find those debates still in the internet if you find interesting the ideas of Javier Milei. He wears a wig. Well, at least that's what people say. I'm not sure if that man wears a wig, but as soon as I can, I'm going to give Milei and Bolsonaro a change in their looks to see if I can make them match more the real life, the real life people. Bolsonaro has a tear on his eyes because he just lost the elections to Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. But back to Milei. I was wondering what would happen if the ideas of Milei start to make sense to the people. I was listening to the Young Turks the other day, and they were saying that 92% of Americans disapprove of Congress. 92%, amazing number. And that's exactly what Milei likes to talk about, how we don't need politics, they need us, we don't need people in politics at all. He would pass a chainsaw on what the state, what the government spends on politics. And that sounds like music to me. I never took politics seriously. It was always just for fun. I've never voted for anything other than the presidency. And just once, I just voted for Dilma Rousseff. She was a Brazilian president that was kicked out of presidency, and never voted for Congress, never voted for Senate, never voted for governor, mayor, or whatever. Never voted, never believed in it. I never believed in democracy. I think in a way I've always been a libertarian, at least when it comes to politics. I think they shouldn't even exist. And that's exactly what makes me a fan of Milei, because that's exactly his point. He says that people in politics are just parasites, thieves, crooks, corrupt people that just want to be in politics to live off the people's money. And I was wondering if that started to make sense to people start to think about it. And you know what? This guy is probably right. We don't need those parasites anymore. We don't need them, and fuck them. In his first appearance on Congress here in Argentina, his speech was amazing. He just said, if we go to a civil war, so be it. But I'm here to finish what the state spends on politics. Amazing guy. You should take a look on Javier Milei. That's why he's starting my game. I consider Rimworld to be a anarcho-capitalist game, because in here there is no state, no taxes, no laws. You are free to do and think whatever you want to do or think, because characters here have ideologies, different ideologies, and you are free to be a cannibal if you want to be a cannibal. In fact, there was this rumor in Brazil that Bolsonaro was a cannibal and he wanted to eat a native Brazilian. That's how much politics is, it's just unbelievably stupid, Right now, 50% of Americans are unhappy, no matter what. If you voted for Trump, you cannot swallow Joe Biden at all. If you voted for Joe Biden and the idea that Donald Trump might be back in what is going to be 3 years now or 2 years, the idea of Donald Trump might be back, you cannot swallow that, can you? Maybe the problem is politics. So Javier Milei, to me at least, makes a lot of sense when he wants to finish politics altogether. They shouldn't even exist anymore. If he can actually do something about it, well, let's see. This is going to be a very interesting year here in Argentina, as elections are going to take place and Javier Milei's numbers are growing. I like the guy. I think at the very least, he opens our eyes to how crooked the whole system is. Yes, he puts his finger where it hurts, and he's making a lot of noise. People in politics do not know how to handle Milei very well, because, well, he puts them in a check. When he gives away his salary, it just sounds good to everybody. I think he should stop attacking the left. I think that doesn't make any sense. To me, it doesn't make any sense. People on the left are as well tired of supporting those crooks, those little monarchs, those parasites in politics, and Javier Milei is doing a really good job about talking about it all the time. I've been following the guy for almost 4 years now. I would love to see Javier Milei in a debate against Sam Cedar. I think Javier Milei is truly smart. He's completely crazy about his ideology, and he doesn't. Sometimes I think it doesn't help much that he's so into libertarianism. He should, attack less the left so he could get more votes. I'm just thinking about how he can win these elections if, he's going to go against everybody. At any case, it's 9 minutes already, and Jair Bolsonaro just woke up. Good morning, Bolsonaro. The Brazilian myth, the Brazilian Trump. I like the guy. I'm going to miss Bolsonaro because, he made me laugh so much. As I've said before, I do not take politics seriously. It's just, for me, it's just fun. It's just entertainment. It's like watching a movie. Nothing is real. Well, the money is real, And you know what I really dislike? When politicians start talking about billions and billions of reals in Brazil, or dollars, money, billions. I have no money at all, so I do not like that money talk at all. To me, it's just a bunch of crooked people making fun of us because, we cannot live the lives of people in politics. In any case, go back to Sam Cedar and the Majority Report, watch there. His debates against libertarians, they are always funny, always entertaining, and you cannot go wrong with Sam Cedar. You're going to learn a little bit what anarcho-capitalism or libertarianism is all about. That's it for today.
¡Zurdos, hijos de puta, tiemblen! ¡La libertad avanza! ¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.